Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What we have here is a review on the app called Ghost Hunters M2. Now, this app claims to, I've got 3 iPods here, and ghost apps, but say you do like to see what's out there. Is there a supernatural realm? Can you prove it? Oh, I've had this app, Ghost Hunters M2, for a good year now, and it's always been correct. So whoever these entities are, ghosts, spirits, demons, whatever you want to call them, it's real. If you don't believe me, get the app called Ghost Hunters M2 and have it on wherever you go. I use it at work, in the bathroom, in the shower, when I'm sleeping, when I'm awake. I've tested it out for 1 full year, and I can tell you, it's real. So, I'm not going to show you all the features. There's a lot of features. I take the fun out of everything. So I'm just going to turn it on, as usual. And let's test it out. Let's see who we pick up. Hello, is anybody here? Is anyone here? Very good. See, I can't move the webcam right now, but there is an animal present. I have a dog. Why? Says I'm lying. Well, ladies and gentlemen, see if I can show you here. The dog's kind of big. I'm going to put his face. It's a dog paw. See, that's his real face. Hello, doggy. Say hello to the world. Yeah, okay. And yes, the animal was struggling as I put him on camera. Grill? Oh, I'm not putting him on the grill. The grill is right here, the stove. That's very good. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I have full communication with the spirit world through a simple little app. Isn't that interesting? Technology has the ability to communicate with the spirit world at the press of a button. I wonder what's going to happen in the future when technology gets more advanced. Maybe full communication? These apps only allow 1 word at a time. But that's right, he hears sound. As you can hear in the background, I have the radio on.
The Naval Hospital. Though he was being treated for depression, many UFO researchers doubt that his death was a suicide. and point to the sinister workings of the possibly mythical MJ-12, which in their hypothesis may have been protecting its secrecy from a man who had come to believe the people had a right to know. As late as 1989, according to Bob Lazar, the identification badges at Area 51 read MADGE for Majestic. In December 1994, a document purporting to be the Majestic 12 Group Special Operations Manual was leaked to a noted UFO researcher. It contains the following directive under the heading Isolation and Custody. EBEs will be detained by whatever means are necessary and removed to a secure location as soon as possible. There follows this disturbing amplification. Although it is preferable to maintain the physical well-being of any entity, the loss of EBE life is considered acceptable if conditions or delays to preserve that life in any way compromise the security of the operations. From the beginning of the UFO age, it seems, secrecy was always the government's prime directive.
In 1988, another anonymous government source, codenamed Falcon, claimed that a second extraterrestrial biological entity, EBE-2, voluntarily became a guest of our government, allowing himself to be examined and interviewed. In this scenario, Area 51 became, for a time at least, a sort of extraterrestrial embassy, the setting for mankind's first attempt at diplomacy with beings from another world. Different sources disagree as to how communication was established. There is universal agreement that the EBEs are incapable or unwilling to speak human language.
What we're seeing.
All right, we're looking at the interview suite at S4. It's kept dark for the comfort of the aliens. The figure who is just barely visible in the left foreground is the telepath, and behind the camera is a raked seating area for observers. Although in this case, I believe the only other person present was a military aide. The alien is seated behind a glass partition in a biocontainment area, which is maintained at Biosafety Level 2, the lowest designation. That's primarily for the protection of the aliens, not us. The theory is that if they were going to infect us with an alien bug, it would have happened 50 years ago. In fact,
Yeah. Motion sensor got stopped. Motion sensor got stopped. You've had that. You've had that. See it? Just turn back on. Believe that. The only way to do that is by pulling the key in and out. Yeah. Can you do it again for us? Fucking hell. Can't believe it, dude. We've actually got this on footage.
all the indications are the aliens eliminated microbial and viral life from their own ecosystem long ago. They aren't susceptible to our diseases directly, but it has been shown that microbes can reproduce and form colonies within their respiratory systems, which tends to exacerbate the debilities they seem to suffer anyway in our environment. In fact, you can see here.
Different sources disagree as to how communication was established. There is universal agreement that the EBEs are incapable or unwilling to speak human language. In addition to the pictographs used by EBE-1, it has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words. By EBE-1, it has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words. EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words. Early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words. EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box.
Dried up, that the way might be made ready for the kings that come from the sunrise. I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits, something like frogs. For they are spirits of demons, performing signs, which go forth to the kings,
allowing him to speak words.
War of that great day of God, the Almighty. Behold, the sixth poured out his bowl on the great river, the Euphrates. Its water was dried up, that the way might be made ready for the kings that come from the sunrise. I saw coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits, something like frogs. For they are spirits of demons, performing signs, which go forth to the kings of the whole inhabited earth, to gather them together for the war of that great day of God, the Almighty. Behold, I come like a...
And that he learned the English language very rapidly. Other sources doubt this story.
Earlier.
However,
Jim.
EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words.
Experiment.
EBE-1. It has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words.
Look. Again.
EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words.
Badly.
It has been reported by Falcon that in the early 1950s, EBE-2 was fitted with some sort of artificial voice box, allowing him to speak words.
There you go,